The Moyaimorph has always been one of my favorite series of items in Growtopia. So far, Ubisoft has added 4 of these, but by far my favorite one is the golden one. And so in today's video, I want to make it in real life. To get started with this project, we're going to need a pretty big cardboard box, some primers, and some base colors. The first thing I did was cut off the bottom flaps of the box so that I can stand it up pretty easily. Okay, so I've just cut off the 4 parts. Hi, birdie. And now we're going to need to cover this entire thing in this primer. And the reason why I'm putting on the white primer first is so the text on the box won't be visible once we put the yellow paint on. All right, if you can't already tell, it's getting pretty dark out and the footage is getting kind of grainy, but the entire box has been covered in white, so now we can put the yellow over it. So the colors are starting to look really good now that they've dried. I'm gonna add a little bit of details with this darker yellow on the back and on the sides, and then tomorrow we will draw on the nose, the eyes, and all that. Okay, I've finished painting all of the base, so then tomorrow we're gonna be able to add all the details onto it. I added some of the shading that you see on the actual character. I don't know if it's gonna come up very well on this camera. And with that, day 1 of the project was done. And so the first thing I did for day 2 was cut out 2 pieces of cardboard that I was going to use to make the base of the nose. And after spray painting the nose pieces, I attached them with tape and prepared them to be put on the face. Now this step was a little bit too hard to get a good shot of, but all I did here was hot glue the flaps to the front of the face. Then I traced the shape of the front of the nose and then I cut it out. This literally feels like Squid Games. I then finished spray painting the top of the nose and then began working on the eyes and the mouth. And now this leaves us on the final step, which is to hot glue the mouth and the eyes to the face. And then finally, all we have to do now is add the eyes. And with that, the Moyaimorph was finished. Honestly, it's turned out way better than I expected because I was totally expecting this to look way worse. I think the only thing left for us to do now is to equip it. Oh! This is way too small for me. I think I'm gonna need to get my little brothers to try this on. All right, dude, I'm gonna need you to put this thing on. There, okay, wait. This thing looks so weird in real life.